The information in this module is accurate and complete to the best of our knowledge. All recommendations are made without guarantee on the part of the author or the sponsoring institutions. The author and the sponsoring institutions disclaim any liability in connection with the use of this information.
As you finish this module, you will be able to define location, dispersion, and proportion. Let us start with a review about variation. Under the same conditions of observation, we have a measurable phenomenon. By measuring this phenomenon, we generate different samples and notice what we know as variation. What do we do with variation? We get to know it, explain it, and use it. Let us begin with how to know it. By getting to know variation, we will understand its location, dispersion, and proportion. First is location. Where is our data located? The center of our data is what we call the median. Another way to know where our data is located is with what is known as average. Average is defined as our data balance point. Let's take an example, a student's grades. We collected all the qualifications a college student had during his bachelor's degree. When we ask ourselves, where is the center of this data, we answer it with the student's GPA. We also would like to see the student's qualifications in each semester. By looking at the center of the student's grades by semester, it is evident how these scores affect the student's GPA. We can observe a positive or negative impact in the location of our data. We are also interested in knowing about dispersion. How scattered is our data? Different from location, dispersion is about distance. Range is the distance between the maximum and minimum point. Distance with respect to the average is what we know as standard deviation. A high standard deviation means that your data is very scattered, while a low standard deviation reflects a more gathered data. Let us retake the GPA example. Suppose that in a semester the student got certain grades, different than in his last semester. Both qualifications can have the same center or average, but they could be scattered differently. The last aspect we would like to see is what is known as proportion. Using the GPA example, we are interested in knowing which classes the student got an A. Proportion is then the number of classes the student got A's divided by the total number of classes the student took, which is defined N. Proportion is significant for understanding probability. When you have a vast collection of data, you can assume your N is infinite, and then proportion turns into probability. Thank you for your time, and I hope you join us for the remaining modules in the series.